Hey guys, I hope you're all well. Okay, first thing, I've had some, not that you're going to be interested, but it was pretty epic in my little life. I've had some news this week. I am going to be a granddad. I still can't get used to saying that. A granddad. Now I feel old. Wow, yeah, that bowled me over, completely bowled me over, in a good way, I will say. So yeah, I just can't believe it. And yeah, it's news. It's hard to explain. With some of the horrific things that have gone on over the years within the family unit, like 12 years, this is good news, and we haven't had anything like that for that period of time, really. It's just been horrific. As you know, some of you are aware what it's like when you've got broken families, splitting up and things like that. It can be very toxic and poisonous, and it can really affect how you are, your mental health and everything. It all nosedives. So this is just an amazing bit of news, and I still can't get over it. Still ain't sinking in properly yet. Grandad. I've never been one of them before. Wonder how that'll go. Hopefully all right. I'll start looking at little motorbikes and things like that. But yeah, I absolutely over the moon. So I wish my daughter Ellie and her partner all the best. I really do. It's going to be truly amazing. Like I say, it makes a change to get some good news on the family side of things. Don't get me wrong, there will still be some things that are a bit difficult, as they are when you've approached a broken relationship and things like that. But I'm sure we'll get through it. And like I say, it makes a change to have some good news come this way, instead of fight after fight and things like that, and being piggy in the middle of all this and trying to deal with it all the time. It does make a refreshing change. Part of the reason why I always shy away from my phone and leave it on silence, because normally it's something horrible coming through there and you're just like, oh, I don't want to look at it. Give me a break. But anyway, all the best to them, and yeah, we might have a little person in here at some point getting their hands dirty. Right, back to this. Well, sort of back to this. It's now Monday. Been out all morning, running around, and tyres put on the van. Over to see the kids and fix the heating in the house because that all broke. So I've sorted all that out. I'm now back here. It's late afternoon. Tomorrow, I've got a 300-mile round trip to go and retrieve the stepdaughter from university because that's not suiting her and blah, blah, blah. There's another story. So I've got to go in the van 300 miles and retrieve all her stuff. So I'm hoping Wednesday I'll actually get back in here and get a full day going on, in which I will start tackling the front end on this thing. But in the meantime, I'm going to weigh some of the parts off this. I know some of you are interested in that, so I've got the scales behind me, and I've made myself a little charty thing, a piece of paper. I can jot all the weights that are coming off it, and then we can weigh what's going on it to sort of replace them things, and see if we're getting a difference as the build goes on. We'll see how that goes. Anyway, I'm going to get some bits on the scales. Not me, I'm not getting on. They only go up to 25 kilo, so they will break if I stand on them. Anyway, let's get some stuff on there. Right, we got the box of stuff there, and also before I get started, the special sticker. I think Thursday we'll do that. Tracy's got all the last ones out now. She's still dealing with the odd one where they ain't turned up. And like I say, I'll say it again, please don't panic about that too much, because I know you all want your sticker and your number in front of you. And we've sort of trying to give it time for everybody to receive them, but we have got copies of every single one, obviously, because they're what's going into the hat. So hopefully by Thursday everybody will have received them, and if there's going to be trouble, I'll probably have to delay it again until everybody has got them. But we are, well, Tracy's doing her absolute best to get everybody sorted. I know there's been a few delays. We've had delays with the postal service. I've experienced that as well. I'm still waiting for some handlebars to come that I ordered over 2 weeks ago. I ordered some handlebar grips about 2 weeks ago. They literally only just came. So yeah, there is delays, but you know, that's kind of out of our hands. But we are doing our utmost best in amongst the stress that's going on and things like that, and heated situations of things going on down there. But we're getting through it. So fingers crossed, we're going to do that video and know who's going to own this bike on Thursday. Like I say, if we have any more problems come through on messages and all that, well, we've just got to deal with them and do our best to know that everybody's got theirs. I know there's probably going to be messages in this video saying, oh, I haven't got mine yet. Yes, we're trying to our best to give it all time for everybody to have them. I can honestly say I don't think I will be doing this again. It's just it causes a lot of stress between things and stuff, and I'm trying to make life as simple as possible. All I want to do is come in here and mess with bikes and make videos. That's all I want to do. I'm already running around for everybody all the time as it is. Anyway, so we've got everything in the box. We'll drag that across. I'll say we'll weigh absolutely everything in there. We'll see what it all comes to. Obviously we haven't got the front end out yet, which I'm hoping is going to happen on Wednesday, and we'll get all that weighed as well, compare it to the front end that's going in. But yeah, let's get on with it. Right, I'm going to do this in sort of no order. I'm just going to grab everything as it comes out the box and write it down. So first we have screen. I say write it down, where's my pen gone? Great start. 0.85. This is in kilo, by the way. If you don't do that, just Google the thingy and see what it is in pounds or whatever you do it in. I'm in kilos. Screen. 0.85. Right, the big beaky thing. You might not, oh, I've got to put it on that way, you might not see it. Well, you might do. 1.34. Handguards, these won't be going on, there'll be different ones going on it. I still haven't got the other one off yet, it's stuck. So there's two of them. Luggage racks, these will be going on eBay. Trying to do it so they don't hit the sides. That's better. 0.53. This thing, that won't be going back on. That's all part of the front panel. 0.35. Crash bars, because I'll be making my own if I can get these to balance on here. Ooh, 5.08. the tray for the back. I'll have to go that way, you might not see it. There we go. That is 1.78. Oh, hold on. The tools were in there, weren't they? It's all part of it. I'll be doing something different with toolkit, I think. 2.07. The under tray and rear light. 2.18. That big dashboard, speedo and all the other bits. Now it's all got to be touching the scales. Hold on, let me try and wrap this up. There we go, that'll do it. $1.58. This is the frame that holds the front on. Bear with me. Yeah, you probably can't see that. 0.91. Front lights. $2.57. Rear footrest. They won't be going on, obviously. 0.74. Assorted things. 0.55. Ooh, that's a good one. 5.71. This mammoth collector thingy. Ooh, heaviest so far. 7.08. There's some weight in that, isn't there? Wow. So obviously on this, I'll be just making a very basic link pipe and then up into that silencer that we've got for it. Seats. How are we going to do this? That one. That one. Oh, they're quite hefty and all. 4.72. Right, drum roll. What have we removed so far? If it's wrong, I'll blame the calculator on my phone. But yeah, maths. Is it math or maths? There's another discussion. Yeah, maths wasn't my strongest point. I think I was out of my YZ80 when it was maths lessons at school. It was much more fun. So far, we have removed 30.39 kilo. Wow, that's quite a weight, isn't it? I'd like to remove that. So yeah, obviously there's some going back on because then, well, some of it's got to be replaced, like the exhaust pipe replaced with a proper link pipe and stuff like that. But we should get a weight saving quite easily, I think. And that's just the stuff. Yeah, well, you've seen what went on there. Just this and that stuff. We ain't even removed the front end yet. And all that. That's quite a weight saving. I'm guessing all that front end will probably be that again. We will see. So obviously things like the silencer, the one we've got, is going to be lighter. The link pipe, instead of that great big thing, that's going to be lighter. Crash bars, I'm going to try and make them quite simple, get that lighter. Obviously the speedo and stuff's going to be lighter, so we've gone from that hoofing big thing there to this. So yeah, we should be shedding some weight off it quite easily, I think. I don't know what else we've got coming off it. Yeah, the rear subframe, I'll do my best to make that a bit more simple and lighter. Obviously the back of the bike will be lighter because we're just going to have a seat and a plastic mudguard. So yeah, that should be lighter. The seat was quite weighty, wasn't it? So I've been looking at seats, and because I want it right, I'm thinking of making my own. Now, I know most seat bases are plastic, but they're quite thick. So I'm thinking if I make my seat base in sheet, but I can do it in sort of 1mm, 1.2, so it'd be quite light, but put sort of recesses in there and a bit of shape, which will add the strength. But again, all these are just ideas. I know probably you're going to be suggesting seats and all that. I have looked everywhere. I want it a certain shape. I want it to fit the tent nice. I have got a bit of a thing with seats not fitting nice. So it's all got to fit nice, and it's got to fit really nice round the rear mudguard that I choose. So I think the best way is to make that, and I'm guessing some people are going to suggest doing it in fiberglass and things like that. Using 1mm or 1.2, the seat's not going to be really long. And like I say, adding the strength in the material by the shape, I don't think it's going to be that heavy. And I'll do that a lot quicker than trying to fiberglass one up or something like that. Probably people are going to suggest 3D printing things. I don't know nothing about that. I don't know anybody that will do it. And I like to do as much as I can in this shed with the tools that we've got. That's what I like to do. Solve as many problems in here as we can by making as much as we can in here, like I say, with the tools that we've got. I think we'll still save weight. Definitely, whatever we'll do, we'll save weight with what's come off it. That's for sure. Also, we've got the centre stand to come off. I imagine there's a good chunk of weight in there. It's not going to have a centre stand. I don't want it because obviously I want to use this off-road quite a lot, so the centre stand's going. This will be coming off, although there won't be a lot of weight in this, but it all adds up. It all adds up. Footrest, I'll be changing them for the wider ones because they're really uncomfortable when you're stood up. But yeah, we'll just see how it goes, won't we? We'll see how it goes. I know a lot of you have got all your different ideas on this, and I definitely get all people that have had one of these why they'd keep it as it is. I get that 100%, but you know, I bring a bike in here, it's for the purpose of changing it. Whether you want to call this a custom build, I don't know. It's whatever you want to call it. There'd be no point in me getting something that's already ready to do the job that I want it to do, because there'd be nothing to do on the bike, and then there'd be no videos. So yeah, the sole purpose is to really change anything that comes in here so you guys can follow it and see them changes. See me go wrong, see me change my mind, and so on. You know, and we'll just keep going at this bike until it's right, until I'm happy with what I've done to it. And it operates okay off-road, obviously. And you know the end goal with this one, if we can, is do a big trip off-road with it. I am going to do my utmost best to keep the bike, and for that to happen, I really am. I'm going to do everything I can, which may mean not cut corners, but be careful what I spend throughout the build. I know there's some people suggested the Motor Gadget M unit for this bike. That would be fantastic. I know there's slightly cheaper versions out there, but it's adding cost, and you know, being able to keep the bike will slip away from me. It really will. So I have got to be careful to a certain degree what I spend on it. And there's also, I've had quite a lot of people message me actually saying I should do a special sticker thing for this, but keep it. I'd be a bit uncomfortable with that, to be honest. I would. I don't know why, but I get it. I mean, I appreciate it immensely when people want to support the channel and what I do in this shed. I appreciate that so much because that's what keeps it going. And yeah, that's what keeps it going, keeps the videos rolling, because there's an awful lot of time that goes into that side of it. So I appreciate that. Support wise, I don't normally go on and on about that. I always thank everyone for being patrons, because without that this will be nigh on impossible. So, you know, I've got stickers for sale on eBay. I do the bullet key rings and things like that on there. I'm certainly not twisting anybody's arm to do that, but everything that I sell and do goes in to keeping this going in here. Everything, every single penny goes into keeping it all going. Whatever I'm doing in here, it all helps keep it all rolling forward. Anyway, I've got to go and do taxi service in a bit. It's miserable outside, pouring down with rain as usual. So I've got to go and do that. So as you know, I've got to go and do a 300-mile round trip tomorrow to do that. Wednesday, front end on the bike. Thursday, I'm on, like I said to you before, I'm doing half a week on the BM and half a week on catching up with all my other stuff, all the frames and that other Enfield build that's going to go on in the background for my friend. Oh, another thing I wanted to ask. A really good friend of mine is just got an XL600. 83, I think it is. I think 83, 84 are basically the same. So XL600, and if anyone's got any parts for one of them, especially plastics, side panels and things like that, I would be very, 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 very grateful if you want to sell them and move them on if you have no use for them. And a rev counter as well, the little square rev counter that goes on them. So he's restoring this and he's going to try and do it to a very high standard, but he's finding out some of the parts are very hard to get. You can get a full plastic set in America. It's quite pricey to buy it and get it shipped to the UK. You can't find any of the plastics in the UK at all. There's a company in America that DC Plastics, I think they're called. But yeah, worst scenario, that's what's got to be done. But if we can source, and I'm going to help him try and find some of these bits, hence why I'm doing this. If you can source some other parts in the UK, that would be fantastic, because he does want to rebuild it to a very high standard. So yeah, anybody got anything for XL600, give me a shout and see if I can help him out with some parts, finding them. Anyway, I think that'll do. Again, obviously these little videos, we're just building up to get stuck into the main part of the job and start bashing and cutting and welding and really start changing this bike this week. I'm really, really looking forward to doing this up here. And like I say, I 100% get it. Anybody who would leave this bike as it is. At the end of the day, it's tried and tested. BMW's obviously spent an awful lot of money and time creating this machine, and I'm about to cut it all up. I get the people against that. I get the people that don't like these bikes. I 100% get all your ideas, and you know, it's not a problem. It's not a problem at all. I've got this idea in my head how I want it, and that's the road I'm going down with it. And hopefully we'll have something quite nice at the end of it. I think that'll do. I'm going to start putting things away now and go and do taxi service. tonight and tomorrow. And then we'll get on with this bike, and then all my other stuff later on in the week. Anyway, cheers for watching, guys. See you soon when we've cutting and grinding and we'll probably be removing all the front end first and getting the plan together with the jig to make the new part of the frame to carry the normal forks. Hopefully that should be it. Cheers for watching, guys, and I'll see you soon.